Hey everyone, welcome back to Mess Videos. If you've got a question, we've got a solution. On today's episode, you will get to know better on how the automotive space is evolving towards becoming more green. Transportation has become a basic necessity and is an inevitable part of our life. But then you would be wondering why and how the government keeps advancing on the emission norms and upgrading the fuel standards. To better understand these things, let us get to know what was happening around us all these years. Let us honestly admit that this has been happening around us for quite a while. But did we exactly know what kind of toxins we were breathing? To get to know them better, let us take a look at what we burn to end up throwing all these into the atmosphere. Petrol is most widely used among the private and passenger vehicles, whether it is a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. But you really gotta take a look at what it contains. Diesel is most used in larger and commercial vehicle applications, and these are the kind of things that we burn while using it. Let's see exactly what happens when they burn. Here are the major portions of the emissions when a petrol is used as a fuel. Carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, and hydrocarbon fumes are the more dangerous ones. When it comes to burning diesel, the more dangerous ones are carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, sulfur emissions, black smoke, and traces of unburned hydrocarbons. Take a look at the steps taken by the government in terms of prescribing the fuel specifics, let's say right from 10 years back. In terms of petrol or gasoline, in the year 2010, the whole nation started using unleaded petrol, although it was available in major cities a bit earlier. Later in 2017, the fuel specifics went higher on the octane number, or in terms of the combustion properties, and cleaner in terms of sulfur and other toxic contents. Now the fuel is of a much higher octane number and is much cleaner and greener in terms of sulfur and other toxic contents. The same goes true with the specifications of diesel as well. Here the combustion properties are termed in cetane number. Here too the diesel fuel has evolved to a much cleaner and greener fuel. The biggest concern in diesel motors had always been the black smoke or the particulate matter and the oxides of sulfur and nitrogen as well. But from the BS6 standard onwards, even the engines will now come with a more advanced exhaust system. It is a diesel engine exhaust system that has got the major changes. There will be a particulate filter that will filter out the black smoke. The remaining gases alone is passed out and is then mixed with the diesel emission fluid, which is then passed into the selective catalytic reduction unit or the SCR unit. The diesel emission fluid is also commonly known as the AdBlue and is a mixture containing 1/3 ammonia and 2/3 deionized water by volume. The SCR unit converts the gases mixed with the DEF to as least toxic as possible. In here, the mixture is treated with more oxygen and all the toxic stuffs are broken down to majorly just carbon dioxide, water vapor, and nitrogen gas. Let's now see the emission norms that has been specified by the government to control the atmospheric pollution of petrol vehicles. Notice how the maximum permissible limits of oxides of nitrogen, hydrocarbon fumes, and carbon monoxide have been kept with the advancement of each BS stages over the last 10 years. In the case of diesel vehicles, the changes are more phenomenal. The major focus was to reduce the emission on nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, a huge reduction on the particulate matter, or in simple terms, no black smoke. The emission cost due to sulfur in the cases of both the engines were taken care of in the fuel specifics itself. Well, now you know that the price hike on the vehicles and the fuel was all invested for our cleaner future. Yeah. It's not just the emission standards that has been focused on. Even the safety standards have been improved. From the BS4 standards, every two-wheeler in production will have their headlamps on when the engine is on as well. From BS6 standard onwards, privately owned cars will come with ABS and EBD, reverse parking sensors, wear your seatbelt alert for both driver and co-driver, and a high-speed warning alert if you have crossed 80 km per hour as a mandate. If you are to have it registered as a taxi, then you shall have a speed governor installed that caps the vehicle speed at 80 km an hour. The child safety lock in the rear door has to be removed, and an emergency panic alert switch in the car for both the driver as well as the passenger. For a commercial vehicle, the speed governor shall cap the vehicle speeds to just 70 km an hour, and while engaging the reverse gear, there should be a buzzer alert as well as an amber lamp alert. So now you know that these weren't such a big mess after all. Thank you for watching, folks. Please do like, share, comment, and do not forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more mess.